Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Sundarangi Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Radha Pyari Mataji, all glories Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharajis. My humble obeisances to you and all the devotees. This is Krishna Kumari Devidasi from Raleigh. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Kumari Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna. Is there anybody else who would like to introduce themselves? Hare Krishna, welcome to Bhakti Sanga conference call. Today we are fortunate to have His Grace Radha Pramod Prabhuji to enlighten us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th Canto, Chapter 15, verse 28. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, all goes to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much. Thank you very much for joining the class.
Congratulations, Prabhuji. We would like to congratulate you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, very congratulations, Prabhuji. Hare award. I would like to hand our call to Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhirayet Nashtaprayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Ruttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki. We're reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 15, Instruction for Civilized Human Beings, Text 28. Sadvarga Samyamai Kanta Sarva Niyama Chodana Tadanta Yadi No Yogan Avahehu Samavaha Sramavaha. Satvarga, the 6 elements, namely the 5 working senses and the mind. Samyam Ekanta, the ultimate aim of subjecting. Sarva, all such activities. Niyama Chodana, the regulative principles further meant for controlling the senses and mind. Tat Anta, the ultimate goal of such activities. Yadi, if no, not. Yoga, the positive link with the Supreme. Ava Heyuhu, did lead to Sarma Avaha, the waste of Sarma Ava, the waste of time and labor. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Ritualistic ceremonies, regulative principles, austerities, and the practice of yoga are all meant to control the senses and the mind. But even after one is able to control the senses and mind, if he does not come to the point of meditating upon the Supreme Lord, all such activity are simply labor and frustration. One may argue that one may achieve the ultimate goal of life, realizing the super soul, by practicing the yoga system and ritualistic performances according to the Vedic principles, even without staunch devotion to the spiritual master. The actual fact, however, is that by practicing yoga, one must come to the platform of meditating upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As stated in the scriptures, Dhyana avastita tadgatena manasa pashyanti yam yogina. A person in meditation achieves the perfection of yoga practice when he can see the Supreme Personality of Godhead. By various practices, one may come to the point of controlling the senses, but simply controlling the senses does not bring one to the sustainable conclusion. However, by staunch faith in the spiritual master and the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one not only controls the senses, but also realizes the Supreme Lord. Yasya deve para bhaktir yata deve tata guru tasya ite gatita hi artha prakashante mahatmanaha. Only unto those great souls who have implicit faith in both the Lord and the spiritual master are all the imports of the Vedic knowledge automatically revealed. Svetar Sutta Upanishad 6.23. It is further stated, Tushyayam Sarva Bhutanam Guru Shushrushaya and Tarnya Agnyo Bhavarnavam. Simply by rendering service to the spiritual master, one crosses the ocean of nescience and return home back to Godhead. Thus, he gradually sees the Supreme Lord face to face, enjoys life in the association with the Lord. The ultimate goal of yoga is to come in contact with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Unless this point is achieved, one's so-called yoga practice is simply labor without any benefit. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitam Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Tinam Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravadi Charini Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatharini Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gauravinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So I'm very grateful for this opportunity to speak on Bhagavatam. So it is said ritualistic ceremonies, regulative principles, austerities, and practice of yoga are all meant to control the senses and mind. But even after one is able to control the senses and mind, if it does not come to the point of meditating upon the Supreme Lord, all such activities are simply labor in frustration. Now, this is a very important verse, and especially people who have this, who are very particular about little orthodox people, we can say. Of course, we are orthodox, but some people, their understanding is little more ritualistic. For them, this is a very important verse because there are ritualistic ceremonies which we do. We in ISKCON also we do. We have regulative principles. We have some austerities, and we may not have yoga practices, but these things are there. And what we have is very, very minimal. But if you go to Madhva Sampradaya or if you go to any other traditional Sampradayas, they have very, very elaborate ritualistic ceremonies. And they also have some regulative principles which they very much follow. And austerities and practice of yoga is there in all other Sampradayas. are all meant to control the senses and mind. This is the main purpose of all these rituals. So basically, why these rituals are needed is for this purpose only. The purpose is to control mind and senses. In this world, all the living entities entanglement and getting different types of body is because of uncontrolled senses and mind. That's why we go into one body after another, one body after another. Only reason is because we are not able to control our mind and senses. So then, because senses are not controlled, mind gets so many inputs and mind is not controlled, then what happens? We get a unlimited number of desires, and to fulfill the desires, we need to take unlimited number of bodies. That is the system. That is why we are here. Now also what ultimately the purpose, what we are also trying is that we don't want to get attracted to the glitters of this metal world. And it is very nicely presented by Maya. And nowadays it has become more sophisticated. How Maya presents everything in this world in a much, much more sophisticated and very, very fast. Previously, at least to enjoy, we had to make little more endeavor. 50 years back, even to watch a movie, you had to go to a theater. There was no 50, maybe 60, 70 years back. Proper time it was there. There was no much television, so people have to go to a theater to watch. And before that, maybe 200 years back, there was no even movies also. So Maya was there, but you had to go to some some cultural centers to see some dances and some other very simple way of, but not everybody has an access. No, everybody goes and they're watching some dance programs and all. Some very cultural events, some Bharatanatyam, this, that was there. And 200 years back, Maya was very little. But now the packaging is too sophisticated, very nicely presented. Now, because of which, what is happening? Our mind and senses, they are very nicely bombarded and they become completely uncontrolled, and which is leading to birth, which is leading to another birth. And now that is what is the greatest danger we all have. That our mind, if it is at the, we have to, this control of mind and senses is actually when we come to the stage of Nishtha. We are at the stage of Anartha Nivritti and Anishtita Bhajana Kriya. So this is the stage where we are, Bhajana Kriya and Anartha Nivritti stage. And in Bhajana Kriya also Anishtita Bhajana Kriya. So because of which, what happens is we are struggling. And these rituals, regulative principles and little austerities will help us to control our mind and senses. We also have these things to help ourselves also. Rituals, how do rituals help us control mind? Say we have to wake up and do particular things. We have Mangalarti. Mangalarti is a ritual. And now what is important, you have to do at 4:30 or 5 o'clock Mangalarti. So that ritual will help you. Because I have to at any cost wake up. Because it is connected to deity. So you cannot just, we cannot take chance. We have to wake up and do Mangalarti at any cost. And then we have, and we have to offer proper arati, we have to offer bhoga properly, we cannot just offer anything and everything. So these are some rituals we perform, which will make us regulated. In that way, our mind and sense, like I want to watch a movie at say night 11 o'clock, but I know Mangalarti is there. I cannot watch movie or do any other thing. I have to sleep and right. So in that way, mind is controlled, senses are controlled. So rituals help and very much needed for our progress also, these rituals. And then there are regulative principles. This is very important. Morning we had a discussion on regulators, how scientifically we can understand regulative principles. And then there are austerities, which we have only fasting some particular days, and our main austerity is waking up early morning. Other than that, not much austerity. All meant for controlling only. But for us, why we want to control is that we want to meditate on the Supreme Lord. That's why we want to control it. So it is very simple. For our purpose of controlling is, we want to see that we can give more time to Krishna. See, Krishna is a person in your house, and he's actually boss of the house. Now we have to please him. If we want to please somebody, we have to have control of mind and senses. Then only we can please. If I myself want to enjoy, then we cannot control our we cannot do any service if we are mind and senses are not. The more closer you are to a greater personality, the more our mind and senses should be in control. Then only we can properly relate to it. Otherwise, not possible only. That is the reason we want to control. Say, now mother is taking care of the child, or even husband and wife, if they want to serve each other. You have to control mind and senses. I cannot just do whatever. Like child is there. Mother is in so much control of her senses because she knows I have to cook for my child, I have to feed my child. So she has to take rest properly, eat properly. Everything is, you cannot just whole night watch like unmarried youth. Whole night they are in front of TV or mobile, in front of their screen. For them, there is no responsibility. If they have responsibility, oh, I have to take care of my child, then it is not possible to have uncontrolled mind and sense, right? Now, if you want to serve the Supreme Lord, how much mind and senses control we need? So our purpose of controlling mind and senses is to please the Supreme Lord. That is very clear. Because I want to serve him, that's why, okay. We are controlling. So all such activities are simply labor and frustration if it is not permanent control. So one may argue that one may achieve the ultimate goal of life, realization of the super soul, by practice of yoga system and ritualistic performance according to Vedic principles, even without staunch devotional spiritual master. And Prabhupada says the actual fact, however, is that by practicing yoga, one must come to the platform of meditating upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Dhyana vastita tadgatena manasa pashyanti yam yoginaha. A person in meditation achieves the perfection of yoga practice when he can see the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So by various practices, one may come to the point of controlling senses, but simply controlling senses does not bring one to the substantial conclusions. So the main thing is we want to control the senses so we can serve. You are understanding difference? When yogis are controlling senses, they want to achieve siddhi, they want to achieve freedom from suffering. Their purpose of controlling mind and senses is to freedom from suffering. Our purpose of controlling mind and senses is to serve the Supreme Lord. Say, for example, your Guru Maharaj came to your house. Then what happens? He said, for 3 days I am serving. 3 days now we will be very, very conscious that house is neat and clean, food is of first class, high best quality, and you are trying to make everything consciously that all the items which you are making are made perfectly, no excess salt or anything excess spices and all. We try to be as careful as possible. Mind is proper. Senses are also controlled. Your Guru Maharaj at home, you cannot sit in the hall and watch TV in front of him, for 3 days. You cannot touch anything, and you cannot, when you are going into the Guru Maharaj's home, you cannot take your mobile watching something and go inside and serve him. No, we keep our mobile aside. Very, very, very conscious. So now our mind and senses are controlled. If they are not controlled, then we'll make so many mistakes in serving him. You all agree? Now our purpose of controlling mind and senses is to please our Guru. And to please, now if Supreme Lord is at home, how much we should serve? He is already at home, but we don't. He is tolerating. In front of him only we do many mistakes, and I do also. Now he is tolerating, but we know, okay, well, eventually I have to control my mind and senses so that I can please Krishna who is at my house. He is there in my house, either in form of deity or photo. He is there in my house. He wants to take my service. But unless I control my mind and senses, how can I please him? How can I be conscious? So it is not possible. So the point here is we have to work in this direction to control mind and senses. Now, we may say, then the argument should come that, Prabhuji, we are serving the Lord so that we can control mind and senses. We came to Bhakti because our mind and senses are not controlled. We are hoping that by doing Bhakti, by chanting, by taking prasadam, we will control our mind and senses. Yes, one can control, it is proper rating. However, by staunch faith in the spiritual master and the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one not only controls the senses, but also realizes the Lord. Yasya deve para bhaktir yata deve tata guru tasyate kasita yata prakashante. So Prabhupada want to say this point. You can control when, okay, what is most important point here? Please try to understand this. The most important point here is the desire. If one has a desire to serve, whom here? The spiritual master and the Supreme Lord. If he has a desire to serve, then by their mercy, he will be able to control the senses and realize them, and will be able to serve them properly. In the spiritual world, see, Supreme Lord is independent, and everything is according to his desires. Material nature is not independent, and it does not have any own desires also. We living entity, we have desires, but we don't have independence. We have free will, but we don't have freedom. There's two different things. We are not free, but we have free will. That means we can only desire. That free will is there for us. But we are not the doers. That means we don't have control, full control. We don't have freedom. But free will is there. There is a difference in it. Lord has freedom also, free will also. Material has freedom and free will, both. We have free will, but no freedom. That means my body is not in my control. It's Lord control only. Everything around me in Lord control. But I have an ability to choose, desire. So that Lord will facilitate. So now here, what we have to develop in our life, the most important thing is desire to serve. That's all. We are developing the desire to serve, everything will come. Sense control, mind control, and self-realization, everything will happen. This is the main criteria for us. So here, yasya deve para bhaktir yata deve tata guru tasyate katita yata prakashante mahatmanah. So, and only unto those great souls who have implicit faith in both the Lord and spiritual master are all the imports of the Vedic knowledge automatically revealed. So, they are knowing that, okay, if I do service to my Guru, it is not blind following. That is also another problem. Okay, I just blindly follow whatever this. It is not like that. There is a responsibility we have to take. Like now, see, service means responsibility. I should take responsibility for my spiritual growth. I should desire for it, understand things properly, and then only we'll be able to perform things nicely. Otherwise, it won't happen like that. We have to take full responsibility, understanding the scriptures, and proper understanding of the scriptures. If we don't do, then we'll end up somewhere else. See, in the ballistic missiles, intercontinental, they go from one country to some 500 or 2000 miles and hit a target. Now the calculation should be so precise. One very, very 0.1 degree of that missile is miscalculated, it will go somewhere else, because by the time it reaches 2000 kilometers, it may fall in another country only. So you have to precisely calculate the direction and the point, then only it will reach the target. Initial our understanding, it should be very correct. That is a responsibility. Learning Shastra properly, and then go on by properly understanding and serving the spiritual master. Like there was one Brahmana couple, they had a small child. And unfortunately, the child died. And then they went to the forest. They dug up the and they buried they're burying about to bury the child. And then they were coming out from that place. It's actually a crematorium. They kept the baby. And then when jackal comes and it tells to this Brahmana, start speaking. Arey, why are you leaving your child like that? There is a possibility that the child may come back. We just go and ask. Again, call the child may come back. And Chitrakesu's son came back. And it gives so many Markandeya Rishi, he was also came back at the age of 16. He could also overcome. So maybe your son may also come. So it started giving so many references. The Brahmana couple got hope. They said, yeah, maybe our son may come back. We just have to call him again. So they go back to the crematorium and then they started calling. And then there was a vulture on the top of a tree. Vulture said, are you foolish fellows? He's already dead. Why are you becoming so attached? No, let him peacefully go to the next destination. You just leave and go away. He's dead. No dead person will come. I know all this, Jatasya hi dhruva matra dhruva janman. So Valja started quoting scriptures and telling that this is not going to happen. So the Brahmana couple again started walking back, going out. Again, the jackal comes and says, Arey, what are you talking? And it started again quoting some other references in the scriptures. How many dead people came back? Why it will not happen? Go and call your son. And again they went. Again the vulture started telling in opposite way, quoting the scriptures, and they started. So it was happening up now. Now, what I want to tell here is, what happened is both are quoting scriptures. The jackal, it wanted it is in the night. So the jackal cannot go there in the night to eat properly. And it is afraid in the night the vulture may eat away all the whole dead body. That's why it want the Brahmana couple to stay whole night there, so that when they leave in the morning, it can go and eat. And vulture was afraid that if morning comes, I cannot come and eat. Jackal may eat. So let them go now so that I can eat. So both have their motivation, and both of them they are quoting scriptures and telling. So what I want to tell is this is now, of course, the end of the story is good only because Shiva stays in the crematoriums. So he sees the pitiable situation of this couple, and Parvati, she recommends, my dear Lord, can you help the couple bring the child back? So Lord Shiva makes the child come back and he becomes alive, and then happily the couple goes. So both the jackal and vulture, both of them didn't get any benefit. Now, what the point here is that when it comes to scriptures, anybody will quote anything and they'll have their own conclusions. But we should take the responsibility, learn properly, and develop a desire from beginning only to serve our spiritual master. So there is responsibility in it. It is not some blind following. So when the shloka people quote, they misquote it. They say, oh, just blindly follow. No, it's not blind following. It is properly understanding the Shastras, using all our intelligence. We should not shut off our intelligence. We should use our intelligence and then properly understand the Shastras and be served. So the most important thing is developing a desire. If that is there, everything will come. Association means changing our desires. We have to associate with devotees who have very strong desire to serve. We have to hear from devotees who have desire to serve. So just by hearing from them, we also develop a desire to serve. Yeah, this person is so nicely serving. We should also serve. And that is how we can control our mind, senses, and all the anarthas, everything will go away and we will attain perfection. It is nobody else's responsibility. It's our responsibility only. We have to fly our own flight and we have to develop this desire. More properly we are hearing is more our desire. We are getting awakened. Awakening is what? When we hear this song, Jeev Jago, Gora Chandra Bole. You have to awaken. Awaken to what? First is awaken to reality. Because people live in virtual reality. They are in front of TV, they are in front of mobile or screen and all. They want to live in a virtual reality. Then movies, and in reality, they cannot experience the emotions. Then they want to see that emotions in a uh, virtual space in the TV and internet and movies. They want to enjoy that. No, you have to wait. So their desire to enjoy makes us go in that direction. But if I want to serve, then I awaken and I want in real life, I am trying to interact with people and try to do something there. We have to develop this very, very strong. And see, service means not something very, very big you are doing. This is also misunderstanding. Whatever talent we have to just give it to Krishna. See, if you are having an ability to sing, you can sing whole day for Krishna, and Krishna can sit whole day and listen to your kirtans. Krishna has full time. He don't have any work to do. He is telling that Natasya Karyam Karanancha Vidyate. He says, don't have any work to do in 3 words. If we are ready to sing for Krishna, Krishna is ready to sit and hear whole 24/7. Whole day he can hear. If you are good at cooking, you cook and offer it to Krishna, whole day Krishna can eat. Any talent we have, just give it to Krishna fully. He is ready to accept fully and he will make you perfect. Nothing, we need not do something very special. Krishna is very simple, and with whatever we have talent, even though it is imperfect, but if we have a desire to give it, that's what we see when Krishna entered into Mathura. The person who was selling flower is giving flowers, and whoever is having his best things, the perfumes, they are giving perfumes. So whatever you have best, even if it is not best, that is what you have, give it to Krishna. Krishna is ready. He can enjoy it. That is what we need to do. There no need to anything, some big gymnastics. You are at home, you are in whatever area we are, and apart from our daily responsibilities, we have to give some time to Krishna, spend some time personally with Krishna and do something for him. That's all. And he is ready to accept. He is very pleased. He said, yes, you have done a good job. And he will award. So all the control of mind, senses, everything will happen. So we have to have this. Okay, I need to just follow and please him, serve him with whatever little bit talent. No talent also for Krishna does not matter because he is interested in the devotional part, because the desire to please him is what is most valuable for us. What we are giving is anyway, Krishna will get better things only in the spiritual world compared to what we are giving. Still, Krishna will accept it. So, and why Guru then? Because he is the one who is the best servant of Krishna. We are trying to learn from our Guru how to serve Krishna. That's why he's showing by his example how Prabhupada served in spite of all difficulties. He's showing by his examples. His disciples, our spiritual masters, they are also doing the same thing. In spite of all odds, in all circumstances, they are constantly engaged in the service of Krishna. They are the role model for us, and their association will help us to learn how to serve Krishna. That is not any magic. Like no, Prabhupada is to make fun about Vivekananda and Ramakrishna. So he said that Ramakrishna touched Vivekananda and he immediately got a shock and he got some enlightenment. And then later on his guru started crying, oh, I lost all my energy. I gave everything to you. It is not like that. There is nothing, some mystical things happening here. No mystical things. It is very simple. You work hard, gain this knowledge, gain some intelligence, develop the desire to serve, and continuously. By the end of our life, if we are getting only, we have a very strong desire to serve Krishna and nothing else. all material pleasures and all. I don't want to enjoy anything in this world. I want to serve Krishna. If we can get this desire very, very intensely, perfect. He achieved the stage at least perfection. He did not achieve something big in life. He did not do big, big things. But the desire itself is a big thing because that will decide our next body. What is yam yam vapis param bhavam tijan tante kalevra. Whatever bhava you have, that is what we live when we are living. Tam tam evaiti kaunteya sada tat bhava bhavita. That will decide next life. So next life, wherever we are born with a desire to serve Krishna, perfection. So three things are very important for us. One is that we want to have association of devotees and very strong faith in Krishna Bhakti. That means Bhakti means what? Service only. And third one is show compassion to living entities. So these are the three main things that we need to have in life. That's all. Krishna will be very happy. Materially also person will be happy and spiritually also. First is association of devotees, proper association. Second is the faith in the service of Lord. I will be happy if I serve Krishna. And the third thing very important is showing compassion to other living entities. So these are the three things that pleases Krishna. So here we have to render service. So simply by rendering service to spiritual master, one crosses the ocean of nuisance and return home back to Godhead. Thus he gradually sees the Supreme Lord face to face and enjoy life in the association of Lord. See what he is doing? Just serving. And what type of service? Whatever we have. This is the speciality. That we need not makes bhakti is simple in this way that need not do something very, very special. We have to change. Like Arjuna had ability to fight, he engaged all his fighting ability to please Krishna. He did not do any karma yoga. It is not that, okay, Arjuna is a Kshatriya, that's why he is fighting. Arjuna is not fighting because he is a Kshatriya. Arjuna is fighting because Krishna wants him to fight. In the middle of the battle, if Krishna tells Arjuna, Arjuna stop, go to the forest, what Arjuna will do? He will go to forest because that is pleasing Krishna. It is not that Arjuna want to fight. He want to just please Krishna. Okay, Krishna want me to fight now. I'll do it to please him. And then in between, Krishna says, okay, Arjuna, let it be. No, go to forest. So to please Krishna, I will go to forest. That is why Arjuna is a devotee. It is not that he is karma yoga. He is doing bhakti yoga. Bhakti yoga is for the pleasure of Lord. And this is the ultimate purpose of any of the activities. So then and Krishna Arjuna very clearly tells, Karishye vachanam tava. I will do whatever you say. Now you are telling me to fight, I will fight. Then you tell me to do something else, I will do it. So no problem, sir. So we also should be very clear with this understanding that for us, purpose is to please. And what stops us is our uncontrolled mind and senses only. They don't let us do. That's why we have to have regulations, so which will help us to ultimately develop the strong desire to serve Krishna and please him. So nothing else makes much difference in life. People, they are doing so many things, so many big things, and this is actually the change of heart. When when we are developing a desire to serve, and that is the change of heart. And that's what Prabhupada gave it to all his disciples. When they were in association of Prabhupada, they were had so intense desire to serve Krishna in very, very odd situations. No? They just came, 3 months they joined, and they said, okay, Prabhupada said, okay, go and open a Krishna, and they said, yes, do it. So Prabhupada could give that intense desire to serve. Of course, now it is difficult, but at least whatever we have at home is a person, we have to treat like person and start serving. It will work. It is that is the system that is there. And all these rituals now people are doing, and people are so much following all these ritualistic activities, it won't work so much. It will work to help control mind, gain something higher, to gain some material benefits, and it looks like spiritual also, but that is not the ultimate. Like many people, they do some ritualistic activities, and we can see the results. They'll get materially so opulent, and you perform some things, give some nice any regulations normally also, it will help. If you have performed some tapasyas, this, that, um, we have many gurus, yogis, babas in India also. They are very prosperous, they are very famous, and people, they so much follow them, but actually they are not going to benefit themselves and others also. Unfortunately, this is the reality. We don't want to criticize and offend, but we have to talk the reality. They are not actually benefiting them. What to speak of benefiting the people who are following? They may be able to show so many things. These are all very, very cheap miracles only. They are not change of heart. And people are interested in seeing such like this Kumbh Mela. So many videos come. People are putting their hand in fire, walking on fire, or so many such gymnastics are there. That's not going to work. See, we are not very elevated people, but we know what is right. They may be very elevated in terms of material talents, but that does not make any spiritual. Like say, the very rich Adani, Ambani, they are very pious people. They have so many pious credits for them, and they go so much respect so many types of sadhus for them. All types of sadhus are sadhus only. That they cannot become devotees. They will just remain pious people, and they may go to heavenly planet and enjoy. Cannot go to spiritual world, right? So this is the difference we should know. If a person controls and minds and senses, he will achieve something high. He will go to heavenly planets, but not to spiritual world. So that is the main thing there. And Bhagavatam, that's why dharma projita kaita uttra paramo nirmatsaranam sata. So it is removing all this kaitava dharma. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha, they're all kaitava dharma. So we don't have to do anything with it. We should not be impressed also. That is the most important. So many things that enter into the movement, and it's quite impressive. We, we will we will feel we can feel that difference also. So I will just one important thing I wanted to share. So what there is extreme situations that happens. So we will try to discuss some of the things, why, how we should not go into extreme situations, and especially within ISKCON also uh, we should try to avoid any extreme situations. So it is said that Krishna consciousness or bhakti is characterized by universality and rationality, and its very nature is closer to science than religion. Now, why religion in general are problematic, and how a vibrant spiritual movement can transform into a religious institute, and what happens is, this is the main problem. People, they continue with the rituals, then it becomes into a religious institution. So that's why one of the main components of Srila Prabhupada's success was his profound faith in the scientific and universal nature of the principle of Krishna consciousness. So And that's why Rupa Goswami and Jiva Goswami teachings, they brilliantly separate mere religious sentiments from factual spiritual quest for the absolute truth. So they have done it, and Krishna consciousness that Prabhupada has spread is, he spread it as science of bhakti and allowed his followers to embark these principles despite their unusual external forms, which are significantly different from the uh, other concepts, how to practice spirituality. Like one time when uh, reporter, he actually comes to Prabhupada and asks Prabhupada, what is the difference between yours and Buddhist? And Prabhupada said that actually it was a press conference and that reporter was late. Somehow at the last moment he comes and then he asks this question, what is the difference between you and Buddhism? And Prabhupada said, we are not Buddhist, we are not Hindus, we are on whoever is in, we are only interested in understanding the absolute truth, Prabhupada said. The Prabhupada very clear that we are not Hindus also. We are interested in knowing the truth. And whoever want to know the truth, they can come to us. This is actually science. So Prabhupada emphasized that Krishna consciousness is not just another religion among many things in the world. It is not a traditional creed based on unprovable postulates. That means we cannot prove it. No, it's a very, very scientific things. And also it does not promote unconditional faith. So we says, okay, you have a ticket to once you are getting initiated in ISKCON, you have a ticket to the spiritual world. This is not actually correct. Like today, one boy who met me, they were distributing some youth. They are distributing books, and he is practicing devotee properly. And he met me and he wanted to drop me at one place. I said, okay. So then he said, Prabhuji, I want initiation. Because if I get initiation, I'll go back to God in this life only. So they think it's a ticket to the spiritual world. Now, Krishna conscious, it's not some exotic cult intended for rebels who defy accepting the norms. No. Srila Prabhupada insists that Krishna consciousness is above all. It's a universal science of relationship between soul and God. So this is Krishna conscious movement is trying to teach the science of soul, not in a dogmatic way, but through complete scientific and philosophical understanding. So that's actually like it's like one time one girl, she came to Prabhupada. She heard that she was into so many spiritual movements. She was going here, there. She was a young girl and she's interested. Then she suddenly came to know that there is Swamiji sit there and she comes 26 Avenue and then this I want to meet Swamiji. They send her up. So she goes and Prabhupada was sitting with one devotee and discussing accounts. And then she comes there and Prabhupada says to her to sit. And then Prabhupada is asking, okay, how much for this you spend? And he was telling $10. And Prabhupada said, why $10? $8 only. And he is telling these accounts and Prabhupada is telling, why you are spending here this much, this much. And it went on, went on, went on. And then suddenly she tells that, I want to know about God. And here I came to Swamiji is discussing accounts. And Prabhupada looked at her and said, you came to a right place. Please sit. Please wait. So now what is her understanding means Swamiji means he should just keep silent and once in a while some few words should come from his mouth and it's like divine personality. Like I'm coming in the metro, they were putting one ad of Shivaratri. So one famous guru, I don't know what his name. So his advertisement is coming that he's conducting a big Shivaratri whole night Jagaran festival, whatever event. And he's a huge spiritual guru and he's showing meditating and he's putting his hands on somebody's head and is giving a divine smile and all these things. I know it's like it's so, and people want somebody like that. And here Prabhupada is discussing accounts, and Prabhupada said, "No, you came to the right place, sit down." So, so there are many preachers of Hinduism and Buddhism also insist on the scientific and non-sectarian nature of their religion, and so they say, "Oh, we are scientific," and this actually what happens is if you become sectarian, then you cannot tolerate other religious movements. That's why if you see all this Abrahamic religion, because they don't go with science, that's why they try to be very fundamental. They want to destroy others who are not their religious. So they become intolerant. That is another problem. So, and they say that uh, also, but they say that the Hinduism or even Buddhism, which is atheistic, are more compatible with science than religion. So these people try to prove like that. And but Srila Prabhupada spoke of scientific nature of Krishna consciousness. He meant something entirely different. So he refers to the science of soul and its relationship with the absolute truth. And for this reasons, he did not single out Hinduism or Buddhism. He said that no, we are not nothing to do anything. So any religion that overemphasizes faith at the cost of logic and rigorous philosophical analysis will have a variety of problems. So this is actually why why Prabhupada want everyday Bhagavatam class, because he wanted to uh, teach us. He wanted to help us this. So, and yeah, so Prabhupada, of course, there are many things in this regard. And Prabhupada, he propagated spiritual knowledge to society at large, to educate all people in the techniques of spiritual life in order to uh, check the imbalance of values in life and to achieve the real unity and peace in world. And this is there are so many things from Prabhupada's point of view we can understand, and there are so many things. What happens is if you take Krishna conscious religion, because religious affiliation tends to become part of a person's false self-identifications, false ego, and gives rise to hatred and even violent against other faiths. So if it becomes religion, Krishna conscious, then this is actually the problem. One start identifying some things, and then he will start finding faults in everyone. He'll say they are wrong, they are wrong, they are wrong, they are wrong. No, actually, how these things came up is, one is there are two mistakes that happens. Like, people may say that here in Hinduism you are worshipping everything. So we we have to worship the Supreme Lord and the matter nature also in relation to the Supreme Lord. But if you don't see the Supreme Lord, start worshipping everything, then we have all these pagan religions, which is worship everything. And then opposite to it is what is Abrahamic religions. They say no, only one, Supreme, nothing, no nature, nothing. So this is the extreme. That's why we have two types of. One is pagan. You are worshiping everything. That's why we have in Indian now presently what we have the so-called religions. You worship everything. Anybody can become the Supreme Lord. Sai Baba can also become Supreme Lord. And another extreme to counteract is you worship only one Lord, in person, whatever. So this pagan. And they don't have any respect for anything. Anything that comes on their way, destroy everything. But ours is not like that. We are in between. We have the Supreme Lord and we worship the energies of Supreme Lord also. We have one Lord only, but we respect the energies of Lord. So in another extreme is you are only worshipping all the energies. Any form that is little divine, you make them God. That is extreme. Only one, no nature, nothing, no energies. That is also. So our philosophy is something. So what I am trying to tell is, this is how very sophisticated our religion, our understanding should be, and that is, then we will not be ritualistic, this, that, all this, and we will properly practice it as a science of relationships with the Supreme Lord, understanding who we are, understanding the Supreme Lord, connection, everything properly, and developing a desire to serve. So I just conclude. We just revise what we have discussed. So we were discussing in the first that how these ritualist ceremonies, regulative principles, they are very, very important to control mind and senses. For us to serve, we discussed also, if spiritual master comes to our house, we should control our mind and senses. If mother wants to serve the child, she has to control mind and senses. Then only she will be able to serve the child. Then, similarly, we want to control our mind senses to serve the Lord. Now, when we serve the Lord, then we can control mind and senses. So, important thing is we should develop a desire to serve. That is the point. We want to, and that is very important. So we discussed that we have free will, but no freedom. So we use that free will to go to spiritual world where we can get some little freedom to serve only. And then we discussed how having that faith is not blind faith. We should be responsibility. So now people say, oh, you are becoming a brahmachari. Brahmachari means you want to take responsibility of something higher. That's why you can be a brahmachari. It's not to escape suffering of family life. You are a brahmachari. No, that won't work like that. You'll get punishment for it. If you are taking responsibility, then you'll not get punishment. If you are taking responsibility of serving the society, then you are okay. Or understanding the truth and doing some spiritual services, then you will not get. So for a higher cause you have done. So my point here is that this Krishna consciousness movement, we have to learn it in a scientific way, understand it's not a ritual, it is not some, we want to develop relation, meditate on the Supreme Lord and achieve perfection. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Very beautiful class. Thank you so much for teaching us how to control mind and senses. I don't have any questions, Prabhuji. I would like to ask devotees if anybody have any questions or realizations, please go ahead.
There's very less chance that they'll have questions today.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for such a beautiful class, Prabhuji. Telling us again and again, Krishna consciousness is not just like that. It's everything is scientific. Everything is like, it's not just like how we in from the beginning of our life. Like I've seen my parents practicing uh, practicing Hinduism, like they worship and everything is there, but there is no any proper understanding why we are doing this. But Krishna consciousness is not like that. Everything there is a scientific approach, and also Srila Prabhupada is giving us everything in purpose so that we can understand and we can relate to it. Not just we are doing this like that for name's sake. There is a purpose for everything. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for making us understand that very clearly. And thank you for emphasizing on why we have to read Srimad Bhagavatam every single day, so that we can get a strong understanding about what we are following. Is everything is a scientific. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. I think we have raised hands, Prabhuji. Shilpa Mataji, please go ahead.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you Mataji for the opportunity. Hare Krishna Prabhu, Danvat Pranam all to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you for lecture differentiating on what exactly ISKCON means and what's the main intention of Prabhupada. Explain. Prabhu, one question. I do agree with you that the science of Krishna consciousness is not ritualistic, and it's not bound to a particular religion like Hinduism or whatever it is, but it's Vaishnavism. Knowing the relationship with the God, that's the science. But when we try to fill up a form practically, fill up a form in spreading Krishna consciousness, we do tend to categorize it as religion, religion-based organization. Let's put it that way. So is that okay to, for example, charity or fundraising events at offices or so forth? We need to categorize ISKCON. When we represent ISKCON, we need to categorize ISKCON in one way, and that one way would be something like a religion. We don't mention that Hindu over there, but it's still religion-based organization. Do you have any tips, or how should we categorize it? Here in
because
US particularly.
people, they understand that language, so we tell them. But as in general, we may present ourselves as a religious organization. But personal practice, we should be very clear that it is not any. We want to understand things in a very, very scientific way, and we should not become just ritualistic organization. We can present it outside people as because they cannot understand all these things details. But when it comes to our personal practice, we should be very clear. Yes, I cannot be just ritualistic, because Krishna consciousness is a 24/7 religion. It is not like 11 months you did bhakti and 12th month you can take a break. You are not a pension. You cannot get any pension by bhakti. Bhakti means a state of consciousness, state of mind. We had to change everything. So that we should be clear. So personally, we should be clear. When it comes to preaching and all, we can use some techniques and we can present it in that way. But we should know ourselves. This is what is it. Like that.
Got it, Prabhuji. Yeah. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Mangi Gopeshwari Mataji, please go ahead with your question, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you for giving me the opportunity. Thank you, Prabhuji, for a beautiful class. All glory to Srila Prabhupada. My question is around these Abrahamic religions and Krishna consciousness. So I personally haven't read Bible and I don't have complete understanding of Christianity either. But I have, friends who are into Christianity. So is there any possibility of people who practicing, say, Christianity to elevate themselves to the next level without shifting to Krishna consciousness, like, praying to Krishna?
Yeah, there is possibility, because there are so many saints who have got very high level of realizations. Only thing is they have to work on and worshipping or their giving that respect and worship to the energies of the Lord as well, which is not taught in Abrahamic religion. In if you take any marriage, traditional marriage in India, everything is worshipped in that marriage rituals. All the items are worshipped. So they're trying to develop that connection with all the things in relation to Krishna. So we in Vedic culture, if you see, it's a culture of respect. Everything is respected because they are all connected, which we can do with our hand. We should not use our legs for pushing something or doing something. We don't use our legs. Why? Because we see the connection of that item to the Lord. So this is actually Vedic culture. And Krishna consciousness, we see one Supreme Lord, all are his energies. But in Abrahamic religions, they say, okay, one Lord, but they don't see the connection of all living entities, all the things. That's why they say, okay, this person is not of religion, we'll kill him. But in Krishna consciousness, it's not like that. We accept all living entities part of Lord. So we don't harm any living entities. We say, no, no, they are connected to the Lord. It's a disrespect to Lord. Say if I'm sitting on this chair, somebody comes and hits me on the chair, somebody is hitting the chair with the leg. It is as good as hitting me only. They may say, I am not hitting you, I am hitting the chair, but I am sitting on the chair. So this is how we see, okay, all our energies of Lord connected to Him. I cannot disrespect anything in this world. Anybody, any person, we have to properly treat them in relation. So this type of understanding is not there in Abrahamic religion. So it's another extreme. One extreme which we have is paganism, worship everything, make everybody supreme lord. That actually what happens in India. And to counter this, the opposite comes is the Abrahamic way of worshipping only one Lord. So both are not correct. We are in between Krishna conscious. We respect all, and then we worship the Supreme Lord. So this type of understanding is missing in them. So if they develop this understanding of respecting all living entities in relation to the Lord which they are believing, they will get full realizations. They will get the absolute realization without changing anything. Because they have one Lord, but they don't have the connection between them. Hope
Okay,
I
Prabhu.
didn't confuse you.
No, that's very helpful, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. And one more question. This Anishchit Bhajan, Prabhuji, can you elaborate a little bit more on this?
Yeah, we are not fixed in our means. Our bhajan goes up and down. Sometimes we are very, very enthusiastic, and sometimes we feel okay. Okay, I have to complete my 16 rounds somehow. Some days we feel okay, let me continue chanting 32, 64 rounds. Tomorrow is Ekadasi. So sometimes it goes up and down. We are very enthusiastic with our hearing, reading, chanting, and then suddenly it goes like a sine curve. Sometimes it is down. We say, Bapre, to complete it. So that is why it is Anishtita Bhajan Kriya, because our mind and senses are not controlled. So we many times end up in Anishtita. It is not fixed, up, down, up, down.
But with time, it will become Nishchit, Prabhuji. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
could happen. Okay, all right.
We
That's
continuously doing because of association now. You are coming every day. So one day, 2 day you don't come, then you'll get a call from your friends. Why are you not attending class? Then we become Nishtita Bhajan Kriya.
okay, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. There's hope. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
With the association of devotees only we are continuing. See, Saturday, Sundays, I don't have much classes. So now because this class comes, Mataji calls me and she says, and because of her, I get again engagement on Saturday, Sunday. Otherwise, I am just while laying out my time. So now this comes, so I feel okay because I am association of devotees. I am able to sit with all of you and discuss Bhagavatam. So it is helping me. So this helps in association of devotees is always a protection for us from Maya.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Sundarangi Mataji, please go ahead with your question, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji, for giving me the opportunity. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Please accept my pranam. Thank you, Prabhuji, for the wonderful class. Prabhuji, you said today how we can serve to Guru and Gauranga and we can reach the final destination. We can achieve everything. Prabhuji, how to get that desire, Prabhu? How to get that strong desire? You said you gave a beautiful example when Srila Prabhupada was here. All the devotees who were newly joining also, they were feeling so enthusiastic. Srila Prabhupada was able to give that. And now when we are staying a little far away from our Srila Guru Maharaj. So how to get that desire, Prabhu? How to get that strong desire?
One is Mataji, we have to regularly hear from the devotees who are having the desire to serve. So we should be in their association, we should hear from them. And once in a while, you should go and attend your Guru Maharaj yatras and go to the dham and stay for some time. So there will be so many things which will make you inspired. You have to identify yourself that which are the activity that is going to really make you fired up. You have to identify, and of all the best thing is you have to associate with somebody who is like that. Say if you want to do book distribution, a marathon is coming, then what you have to do, you have to be with devotees who are really fired up in it. You just stay with them, you'll also get some some inspiration from them. That is the only way to do. Any like somebody, Mata, just go to temple regularly, cook in the temple. So you go with her slowly you will get the desire to go and cook for the Lord in the temple. Or somebody is conducting program in their houses and feeding devotees, calling Vaishnavas to their house. You associate with them, then you will also develop a desire. Maybe I should also regularly invite devotees to my house and feed the Vaishnavas. So that's how you have to identify who is very serious in that service and which you want to do it. You associate with them, you will also develop.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu, and many congratulations to you, Prabhu, again. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Krupa Maya Sita Devi Mataji, please go ahead, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Wonderful session, Prabhuji. Another thing, same question only I want to ask. Mataji asked previously, because Guru Maharaj, our initiated Guru Maharaj will be in one dham and we will be far away, no? Then how to be, we want to serve him in this loka, it is, we have to serve the Guru, means it is equivalent to God, no? How can we serve like that? Another this thing is, as it is stated in the scriptures in the purport, no? Dhyana Vasishta Tat Katina Manasa Pasyanti Yam Yogina. That please explain that, Prabhuji, please. Thank you, Prabhuji. Explain.
Yeah, Guru is manifesting in many forms, Mataji. Even the devotees like Prabhupada, he accepted, he said, okay, all these disciples are representative of my spiritual master. So for us now, many devotees who are around, who are inspiring us to serve, so we should know, okay, they are helping me to serve my spiritual master. So we have to serve the devotees who are around us. So, and this verse, Dhyana Vasi Tatkate Namarsa Pashyantiyam Yogina, is a person in meditation achieves the perfection of yoga by practice when he can see the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So the perfection of Dhyana is to Tadgatena Manasa. So in the heart, they should see the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that is the perfection of the yogi. So slowly by Yama, Niyama, Pranayama, Pratyahara, they should come to Dharana, Dhyana, and Samadhi. So they are able to see the Supreme Lord in their heart. It's like
Prabhuji, by regular chanting and all, we can do this, Prabhuji. By chanting.
For us, we are chanting means we are meditating on the Supreme Lord. You are sitting with Krishna for 2 hours and he is listening to your chanting and you are chanting for his pleasure. And if we are not ready to spend 2 hours with Krishna, how can we spend 24 hours with Krishna in the spiritual world? So we should ask ourselves, 2 hours I cannot spend with Krishna. Within 2 hours only my mind is going everywhere. If I am just in front of Krishna and looking at him, I am not able to spend. But that's why we have to work on our mind. Okay, let me meditate on Krishna. Let me meditate on Krishna. So when we are chanting, you are spending 2 hours time with Krishna. Are you ready to spend time with Krishna? We have to ask our mind. And then mind says, no, I don't want. Then we should tell, okay, then how can you be a devotee? How can you be called a devotee? You cannot even spend 2 hours with Krishna. And slowly, our time with Krishna should increase. And one day we come to such a state that 24 hours I am okay with Krishna. Then Krishna says, then you can stay in spiritual world, no problem. Because we don't want to spend time with Krishna, we are in material world. Because we cannot take Krishna so much. We need our own personal time, personal things. Krishna says, stay here. So every day we have opportunity to spend some time with Krishna full time. But we are not able to do it. At least we do for 2 hours.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Another thing, sorry, Prabhuji. Now, this chanting on night time, we should not do, Prabhuji, that night when you're going to sleep and all.
Anytime, 24/7, anytime we can do more.
Actually, during Ekadasi, we'll chant at night. But I thought by evening we should complete everything. And night we should only be reading or some books and all. I thought that chanting you can do in night.
Night also. You complete your chanting in the morning and extra rounds you can do in the night. Not a problem.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, Dandat.
Thank you, and that is actually good meditating. While you close your eyes, chant the Hare Krishna mantra and go into sleep. That is best thing.
I keep 2 or 3 rounds in the night, Prabhuji. Before sleeping, I'll do. Without chanting, I cannot. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Dandat.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Revati Priya Mataji, please go ahead with your question, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Gratitude. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Pranams. Prabhu, just a thought that, when we say that to associate with the pure devotees, thought comes to mind that, would they want to associate with people who are not so there yet? Would they have that kind of time to associate with people, except giving classes? Would they not then think that they need to also go a step further? Is my way of thinking right, Prabhu, at all?
See, association means they are sharing their realization. So even class is also association. If they are giving class, you are sitting with them. It's not association. I mean, you have to go for a walk with them and no, you have to do something with them. No, you are associating with, you are hearing, because that is the best. Whatever they have the best, no, they will try to give in the class only. So if you want to get anything best of any of the spiritual gurus or senior devotees, you will get the best from their classes. So that is the best association they are already giving us. Your question answers and anything is the best part they have with them. So they are trying to give everything best. So other time they may go around and have some eat together, walk together, just stay in the same room and discuss some other topics. That is there, but that is not actually the most important. Most important thing is their of course, by that we can learn how to deal with the people, how they are relating to things and all. That type of association is available, but it may not be available all the time. But this association is always available. Whatever is there in their heart, they come out when they are giving classes. So you have the opportunity, right?
Yeah. So Vani is very important. That's what I'm hearing, and also listening to the classes is also association with those devotees, because there are people, but you do notice or see that they are in that kind of a group of people, and it's difficult to get close to that group of
No,
people.
actually,
Not that they are aware of it.
no,
Yeah.
no. I will tell you. Actually, it does not make what is more important is what is your quality of hearing and chanting and your quality of service. That actually makes your mind and senses control and help you meditate on the Supreme Lord. Not just being closer. I have seen people who are closer, but they have not yet come out of the conditionings of their what they are doing. For
Yes.
them, and they have to come and again they have to do the same sadhana which you are doing now. So
Yeah.
not because they are close, their chanting will be very nice. No, whatever struggle we are having in chanting, they will also have the same struggle in chanting. Whatever the quality we have to put attention and consciousness in hearing, they have to do the same thing. Because they stayed with the guru for 1 year, they are getting some extra concession, extra privileges, and something going fast. No, it's not like that. All the efforts what you are doing, they also have to do it. So there is no concession because you stayed there. There are advantages. What is the advantages? You will learn directly from them how to personally be with the Lord in a personal mood, how you are relating to people, how respectful you are, and know these type of things, and you get some sort of attachment also to that personality, which will help.
Yes.
Apart from all the things are same only. Struggle is same.
Perfect. Yeah. Also, I don't know if I see this, but their whole demeanor is very, very different. The whole demeanor brings that calmness and that closeness to the Supreme Being. Most definitely, I have seen that being in the same room with so many Srila Prabhupada disciples, and that very fortunately we get that. Yeah.
Like
But
there are so many disciples who are very close to Prabhupada. They are not leaders. But there are
yes.
so many devotees of Prabhupada who hardly get his association, but they are leading the movement.
Oh yes.
So why like that? Because it's a practice which they went through. So that's the same thing applicable for us also, the practice which we are doing.
Yes, yes, and the enthusiasm and the desire and the commitment as well.
Yes.
Correct. And Prabhu, one more little thing is the Manasi Seva. So obviously not everybody's going to get the Guru Association or so we obviously listen to all the classes and follow as much instructions from the Guru possible. But this Manasi Seva, if you have a desire to say, for example, make something for your Guru Maharaj or, what do you think of that Manasi Seva? I've heard that word, but I'm not quite in understanding of it.
So I heard about Manasa Puja, but anyway, you have a desire and you want to serve your Guru Maharaj. Every day you are offering bhoga to the deities. You cook the
Yes.
proper food, you offer to them, offer to your Guru Maharaj, he will accept it and you will get the full credit, full benefit.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
that is, see, it is not something material happening there. It's all
Yes.
spiritual. The formulas are different. You will get the full benefit of offering to your Guru Maharaj. If you have cooked with full consciousness on a prayerful mood, offered it to the Lord, offer it to your Guru Maharaj, you get 100% marks for the day.
Perfect, Prabhu. Thank you very much. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Anita Mataji, please go ahead with the question, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, am I audible?
Yes, Mataji, please go ahead with the question.
Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. I don't have much question, but I just want to congratulate for your Spiritual Scientist Award. So thank you so much, Prabhuji, for always being there and giving us your association with your nice smiling face. And I just have one quick question. Like we always say that you have to chant with attention, but there is also Prabhupada is also saying that somehow or the other you just chant. So then, how do we understand this? Only if we chant perfectly, we can attain that bhava. We say, right? So then, also we have this also, or like somehow or the other you chant. So, and you were also saying that you always say that, even now also you said that if we cannot sit with Krishna for 2 hours, and how we will be there in Goloka. So then how to understand this, Prabhu?
These instructions are given to different audience, Mataji. So when you are talking to a person who has newly come and he started, you say somehow chant 16 notes. But when he is after 2 years, 3 years, 10 years, he's practicing, you cannot tell him just chant. No, that time you have to tell chant with quality. So the instruction you have to know for whom, what time it is given. So this instruction is for people who just came and you say, okay, somehow chant, no problem. But it is not applicable to after 10-15 years of practice, you somehow chant. Chant with attention, follow, you have to avoid 10 offenses. All these things we have to teach them. So that is the point. So it is, instruction is there, but at a different audience. For a senior people, they have to be serious.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu. It's like Prabhupada initially he said you have prasadam shankyously, but gradually he said you should have prasadam also immediately. So it's like that. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Mataji, for asking question. If no one have any questions, we can end the call here, Prabhuji, with your permission.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for enlightening class today. We are very grateful to you and we look forward to your association again and again in the future. Let's pay our obeisance to Prabhuji.
Vanchakalpatarubhyaश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः
नमो नमः।
अनंतकोटि
Srimad
वैष्णववृंद की जय।
Bhagavatam ki
की
jai.
जय, प्रभुपाद की
जय
Ki
जय,
jai.
जय
His Grace Radha Pramod Prabhuji ki
जय।
jai.
जय
Thank you,
राधे
Prabhuji.
राधे
Nityananda
Hare Krishna.
Nityananda
राधे राधे
Radhe Radhe.
Hare Krishna, please don't leave the call. We read Ekadasi Mahatya. Please don't leave the call. I will stop the recording here and the live also, and then I'll start the other live.